I'm back. It's Friday. BCA-101 Intro to Computers. Good crowd today. First thing we did, oh by the way, we are in week 7, day 20. Had snow days, a couple snow days in there. First thing we did, we focused on spreadsheets and we looked at the skills-based assessment. Looked at our projects, looked at this, and then made sure we answered some questions. Okay, at least the ones the students were willing to ask, and they can take the skills base anytime after 12 on Monday. And that's all we're doing on Monday, just the test. So show up and take that anytime after noon. Okay, then we did some video work at the end. I talked about web access, so I'll talk about that a little more. And we started off talking about graphics. The whole idea in graphics, make a point, and then I did this little chart. Okay, let me do it like this. So I made a chart here. The story is, and I'd have to look to verify this, where I got this. Winston Churchill was sending planes into Germany. Send this many, less come back. Send this many, less come back. And his generals were saying, this isn't going to work. No, we got to keep fighting the Germans on their ground. Fight the Germans on their ground, whatever. So then they said, well, here's today. The generals goes, here's today, and here's day X. That's irrelevant. And they said, and here's our planes and pilots at the current rate. So when we get to this day, we will have none. Supposedly, Winston Churchill then said, okay, we're not going to send any more planes over into Germany. Whether this story is real accurate or not, where I read it was quite interesting, but I don't have the source. But just the concept of using a graph to represent a bunch of numbers sometimes helps people see the point of view much better than just looking at the numbers. And then we talked a little bit about whether it's graphics or whether it's images, where you place them, how people view them, and then how accurate are they? Because nowadays, you know, they can be edited. So we talked a little bit about publishing, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that during the entire term, whether we're publishing our stuff on the web, whether we're publishing it using word processing and maybe on paper. You know, people still publish on paper. You do know what paper is, I hope. Okay, so there are so many ways to publish, okay? And we talked about students using their Google websites to give me links to items that they have, so to speak, published, work they have completed. All right, so here's a repeat of just what I was talking about. All these different options in terms of publishing. And when we publish, you know, we have text, we have images, we have text, we have images, maybe charts. So it's important that we think about and learn a little bit about what's the best way to manage this material and distribute it, especially if you're going to have people edit or change it. Okay, so we'll talk more about that as the year goes on. Last thing I want to mention up here, we have covered this a little bit, and we're going to do one more real-life example, whether we get it done on Wednesday or if we have to push it over until after spring break. We're going to do that. So we're going to talk about backup and all the different options, and we're going to use our example of iron and lace, the photography place in Davenport that my daughter runs. Yeah, we went to dirkseneducation.com, and then we right-clicked, and I'm not sure how you do it on a Mac, and then we view the source. Okay, we can see the HTML lines. And we talked a little bit about those. I didn't grab a picture of them, and we talked a little bit about those. Now, Wednesday, we're going to finish up the chapter. We're going to do a little review. We're going to talk quite a bit about gaming, the gaming industry. It's really important. It'd be nice if you had your outline done by then. And we're also going to talk about the focus on learning. We have the very last topic to finish up. And we'll talk about going into the second half of the course. And it's really not even half, because after midterm there's only 7 weeks, and we only have 2 more. So we have units. Yeah, we only have 2 more projects. 1 more made. 2 more assignments and 2 more projects for the second half. And we also have 3 units to cover. And units 5 and 6 are really linked together, and then unit 7 to finish up the course. That's it. Oh, wait a minute, I got another page. This page, we have the picture of the students. Now, we don't have the markings in there from the video, but I took a little picture of the students, and I should finish up here talking a little bit about that. And then we did the video. Oops. We did a brief video. I saved it, and then we upload to YouTube, and then the students found it on YouTube. What I did is I recorded briefly, I made some comments here, and then showed the students a little bit of Explain Everything, which I'm using right now, which has lots of tools, and I just barely skim over using them. So isn't that, and this, by the way, we saved this as the Amazing Class. So that's going to be their new nickname. That's it.